Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Larunda. How are you? Hey, Moni. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we are going to get started because it is the Wednesday before the holiday, and I don't want to keep y'all because if you're like me, you still have to pick up some things from the supermarket. So yeah, but today I think is a very important conversation. Where's my notebook? Did I get my notebook? I usually keep it on this chair. I'm sitting on my notebook. I know it was good. Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today's topic is listen, think you're going to Mexico? Not so fast. There's some things you may need to know because there is some conflict a brewing. And so this is all about staying ready so we don't have to get ready. And so today we're going to talk about some of the um, issues that I've seen happening that I expect to get worse. Um, but the longer you wait, the worse it will be. So that's why the plan B um, urgency, the calling. I'm telling you, this is why this calling was put on my soul and my spirit, not knowing everything that was going to happen and still don't, but I definitely know that things are going to happen. So, hey, Casper 330, good to see you. Hey, Patricia, welcome back. So, W squared is in the building too. Yes, we are back and we are going to not be here for 2 hours. We're not going to be here for 1 hour. We'll be here, anything under an hour, we're good. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. But like I said, this is the day before the holiday. And I truly believe, whether you celebrate it or not, take your rest, take some time, enjoy. Listen, we work in this country for how many years? 50 years, 50 to 60 of our years here on earth. Whenever you get a chance to chill and take a rest, please do so. Whether you celebrate the actual holiday or not, I'm all for taking advantage of those days off. No, I don't want to update. Jesus. Okay. They really want me to update. I don't know what's going on with Apple, but these updates are coming fast between my phone and between this laptop. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so let me just, got to pull up my notes. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about some of the changes that I have seen going on as it relates to not just residency in Mexico, but for people who are planning a trip there. There are changes happening when you enter as well. So, I don't know if all of you have heard, but there is a new sheriff in town over in Mexico as well. The first woman president of Mexico took her office a couple months ago. And um, there, with any changing of the guard, there will be changes. And we see that here. And we see some headbutting going on with what's going on here, or the changes that are going to happen next year. The new administration and the administration in Mexico, as well as Canada. And so today we're going to go over quickly what that kind of looks like, and also what that can mean for us, and also why you should start your planning now. I mean, now. But again, I always forget to introduce myself, thinking everybody knows who I am because the gemstones, come through on the regular and we just, know each other. But for those of you that are new to the channel, hey everyone, my name is Kim, aka Kim with the Gems. And on this channel, we talk all things wellness, travel, and finance from a cultural point of view, from my point of view as a Black woman. I am the founder of Black Travel and Culture brand and community, and we've been around since 2017. And so My goal has always been to drop the gems that I have learned along the way, also bringing in people who I believe are experts in certain areas to drop their gems. And so now that we have a whole community of gemstones, I'm also relying on you to drop your gems in the comments during our live sessions. Please, 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 let's make this a community. Each one teach one, and let's stay ready so we don't have to get ready. If you are new, we also have a playlist. We have been going live. Sunday will make 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. So 2.5 weeks. We have been going live every single day, twice on some days, to discuss the urgency of having a plan. If you don't have a plan, you will fail. And so, with all the changes happening in this country, there are plans that we need to put in place for not only us, but our family, our loved ones. It may not all look the same. We may not all want to move abroad. I do have residency in Mexico. I got that back in 2022. Hallelujah. So I am on a temporary residency for until 2027. At that time, as long as I go finish filling out the paperwork, it transfers into permanent residency. But if you are over the age of 60, you may qualify immediately for permanent residency. Depending on your financial situation. And so, with that being said, I think I introduced myself. Is there anything else? Let me just make sure. Let me see who's here. Let me see who else is here. Oh, wait. I saw something about a passport. You listen, y'all about to make me smile and cry again. Patricia says hello. Hey, Patricia Beasley says, thanks, filling out my information for passport. Just realized my social security card is damaged. Listen, y'all gonna have me doing this every day for the next year. Because listen, as long as someone is listening and taking action, then I know I'm doing what I need to be doing. Tariffs are gonna cause a big problem. You must have seen my slides. I love her, Mexico lady. She was like, okay, Ari, bring it. Listen. Good morning, good sister. Was catching up on last night's video when you came live. Keep doing the will of God. Praise. Oh, hey, Dr. HP Black, welcome back. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I will, as long as y'all keep coming with these testimonies and compliments, I will keep coming back. LOL. Hey, Mama Jim. Raising up gemstone babies. Y'all were gemstones. Just, I just have the platform, I'm not even going to call it. Well, yeah, if you include my Black Travel and Culture platform. And anyone who has checked me out on TikTok, my tagline is, we do the research so you don't have to. So every post is about sharing. Well, I haven't been posting there since November 5th. Was that the date of? Yeah, because they were literally suppressing. I have over 170,000 community member strongs on that platform. Used to get 50,000, 60,000 views easily. It went into like 500, 600. And it's because I have the word Black. And I know what it's, so I haven't really been posting there. I'm going to start again, but YouTube, I think, is much broader. I could get more across, more information. So this is where my focus is now. But thank you. Please don't forget to thank you. You know what? Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. Like W Squared said, I need you to hit the like button too. Not personally for me, but because it helps YouTube push it out to more people. And it tells them that, yes, this is something that people found useful. So if you could hit the like button, turn on the notification bell, because you'll find out when we go live. And we are going live every day. We're not going to go live tomorrow. There will be some posted content, but we'll be back on Friday. I'll put the time for Friday, probably no later than tomorrow around this time. I'm still, trying to confirm some things. And then Saturday, we're back. Saturday is our weekly Project 2025 how it affects us topic of conversation. So please turn on the notification bell and share this with anyone that you think it may help. Hey, welcome back, Mr. or Mrs. Salem. Hey, Shanzi81, good to see you back. Hey, Natalie, I don't think I saw your name, so welcome to the Gemstone family. I just put in my application for, yes, wonderful, congratulations. Yes, let's get these passports renewed. Let's get these applications in before the slowdown happens. Do you think the West Coast will become part of Mexico again? Do you think the U.S. is going to allow that? It's all about, increasing your territory. So I don't know. Let me think more about that. I hadn't thought about that because world domination is kind of what we've been, wait a minute. Sorry. World domination has kind of been what we have been about. So I can't, right now it's not clicking that would be a strategy, but you got me, you piqued my interest. Welcome, Gwen Brown. I am so happy that you're here. Hope you have subscribed, and welcome to the Gemstone family. Say hi to your Gemstone cousins. Yeah, okay. Is just getting a 100-day visa good to start with when seeking residency in Mexico? I'm thinking of living part-time for business and pilgrimage to the sacred site. So we're going to talk about that. That's all part of the conversation. So let me go ahead and pull up these slides. 1 second. It's not a long presentation, but I needed to do this to make sure I touched most of the points. So many of you saw yesterday, and those of you that were here live, this daggone update thing keeps popping up. Okay, so many of you saw yesterday what the Mexican president, how the Mexican president, is it Scheinbaum, responded to Grump and his threats for increased tariffs. If you didn't, I'm just going to show a synopsis of the headlines or a collage of the headlines so you can see. StreamYard, present, share screen. For those of you that are new here, I have to walk myself through the steps because I'm not used to this many steps on any other platform, and I always forget to add to stage. Okay, there we go. So this was the headlines. Mexico president on Grump threat. One tariff will be followed by another in response. Mexico vows to, this is the Washington Post, Mexico vows to retaliate if Trump imposes 25% tariff. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum schools Grump over tariffs. Business Insider says Mexico vows to retaliate with its own trade barriers, putting U.S. joint ventures at risk. And so this is the conversations that will be continuous, I think, over the next foreseeable future, which also means that when it comes to our freedoms to be able to just cross both U.S. and Canada, because the same conversations are happening with the Canadian government and the U.S. as well, they will be affected. And we need to be ahead of the effectationes. So this is what this topic is today is going to be about. And so I'm going to pull up the other slides right now so we can get through. Stop sharing, present, share screen. Untitled, share. Here we go. Now I have to add to the stage. Okay. So let's just look at the first slide. And basically, there's a reason why so many of us, and not when I say us, I mean Americans, I'm not talking, race specific. So many of us have found quality of life and peace in Mexico. Let's just read some of the stats. First of all, Mexico economy is currently 13th best in the world. People, including those from the USA and the rest of the world, are moving here seeking a better life. This is a quote from um, I guess they're social media famous, but I didn't include their name. But I'm an expat now. Let me just finish what they were saying. I'm an expat now, but hopefully next year I'll officially become an immigrant. P.S. Mexico would never build a wall to keep Americans out, but it will change. It will charge buku bucks to move here. And that's one of the changes that we're going to talk about today. So there's 3 areas of change that we're going to talk about as it relates to travel to Mexico. The price and the cost to get residency, how it's going to be affected or how it's predicted to be affected. And we're not talking about 2025. So we still have some time, even though the cost, it will go up next year. By 2026, it will be cost prohibitive for many that it wasn't in the past. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what's happening at the border when we enter just as visitors. And we're going to talk about oh shit, I don't want you to see my we're going to talk about kind of what the tariffs may look like as well. And so let's just go ahead and finish going through this slide, and then I'll come back. For those of you that don't know, I can't see the comments right now. As soon as I get through this, I'll come back and I'll check the comments. So feel free to ask any questions as I'm going through. So we talked about how the price to enter or the price to become a immigrant in Mexico and Canada. Canada has already, we're not talking about Canada today, but maybe we will. Because Canada has already slowed down or made some changes to their visa processing system for people who want to enter into Canada. But for today, we're talking specifically about Mexico. And I would be remiss for the new people. If you are not aware, there is a From Here to There resource guide with more than 100 clickable links for anyone who's looking for places to move. I've included the top 8 places that Black Americans are expatriating to, are calling home now, have created a life and residency there. And they include Panama, Costa Rica, the UK, Mexico, of course, and there's more. So the link should be in the description. If it's not now, it will be later. You can get that. It's on sale until Friday. It's less than $13 right now. It goes up on Friday. It's been on sale. It will have been on sale for 3 weeks. So get that if you're interested. So let's just get back to Mexico. Mexico's current president, this was yesterday, no, the day before yesterday. Mexico's current president just rolled out a new 10 to 15-year mortgage loan with 0 interest. The previous president launched an initiative so every kid in high school is now eligible for a scholarship if they choose to continue their education. Let me just rewind. Every, not some, every kid in high school is now eligible for a scholarship, not loan, scholarship, if they choose to continue their education. And so the same gentleman who, shared how he plans to become an immigrant in Mexico says, they're going to need to build a wall to keep us out. No lies detected. Looking at the peso right now, for every, this is as of today. No, as of the, as of the 27th, UTC, I forgot what time zone that is, but this is from this morning. For every $1 US, you will get almost $21 21 Mexican pesos. When I first started going to Mexico, that's what it was. It was between 20, when I first started my residency process, it was between 19 and $22, the conversion rate. It's back up. Now it had dipped, but it is back up. And that just means right now, with inflation, those extra pesos will go very far, because Mexico, let's face it, has experienced inflation too. Every country in the world, I think, or let me not general, most countries in the world have experienced inflation in some way or another. The dollar now is the weakness to the peso, excuse me, the strength to the peso has grown. It will come back down. So now is the time. Like, if you're looking to make any moves, convert your money, do whatever, now is the time. 21 pesos can get you kind of far. And I hate to say it like that, but I'm talking specifically on everyday items like groceries and stuff like that. It is, people are happy. My friends in Mexico are so excited about the where the peso is today. And so let's go on to the next. Let me see if you can see that. Yes. Okay, actually, let me put myself further in the corner so you guys could see it better. Okay. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Let me see. Y'all don't really need to see me, so let's go ahead and go over the next slide. So I talked about what's happening with the dollar. I talked about what's going on to make Mexico so attractive, them being 13th, their economy being 13th best in the world. Now, understand, there are 198 countries in the world. So when you say Mexico is ranked 13, that's pretty significant. That's pretty high. We don't often see that portrayed in the news. And when people are calling places like Mexico as, holy countries, then we don't understand that this is actually a pretty economically sound country. But we're also going to talk about, oh man, did I not want to show? Let's see what the next slide. Yeah, okay. So we're not going to talk about the Visa stamp right now, but we are going to talk about it. Look at the slides at the bottom. When you are imposing a 25% tariff to a country that delivers so much of the things that we use on a daily basis, you're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. And so when you look at just the US fresh fruit and vegetable, is the second slide with the colors, the yellow, green, and red. It says, hold on one second. Hold on. Let me just desktop. You can read the slides. Okay, here we go. So basically, it's a comparison of pounds when you look at Mexico, Canada, and all other countries, and how the US gets their fresh fruits and vegetables. And if you look at the green, that represents Mexico. And so if you look from 2008 to 2020, it went from 69 million pounds to 77 million pounds that are imported into the United States from Mexico. What is that going to do? And that's 2020. The numbers have grown, right? So this research has capped its data at 2020. They don't have 2024 data right now. Or if they do, they haven't released it, or I couldn't find it. Let's just say that. But this is the USDA's data, Economic Research Service, calculating using U.S. Department of Commerce Bureau and of the census data. So this is information that we have, that the U.S. have. This is information that Mexico is providing to us. So if you look at how we compare to Canada and all other countries as it relates to importing, or Mexico relates to importing. Sometimes I say we because I'm a Mexican resident. The US would be so much in trouble if they started to impose extra tariffs to Mexico. Now, Mexico is going to have to export in order to, be financially solvent. But what are we going to have exported to us? What is the quality of what we will have exported to us? Do you think that they're going to continue to export high quality? Not only are they going to retaliate with exports of their own, tariffs of their own, but the quality of what we will receive here. Listen, I'd rather be in Mexico eating the avocado than eating the avocado that they ship here if tariffs go to 20. They're going to have to make up that money some way, somehow. So just wanted to show you that slide first, and then we're going to go to the next slide. And looking at Mexico represents nearly 25% of all North American vehicle production. U.S. firms lead car exports from Mexico to North America. If you look at the graph, it just really shows you how many cars are imported from Mexico to the U.S. under the different motor companies, right? The automobile companies. There's so much implication surrounding that it's going to be a scary time here. It's going to be a scary time here. And I don't want to be no parts of what 2026 US is going to look like if I could avoid it, right? And so as it relates to, let me just make sure. Let me see if there's any questions. Oh, welcome, Gwen. Thank you for joining. I already said, okay, start with, so we're going to talk about that next. Questions. Have you discussed how people are seeking sustainable income while living abroad? There is we did go over ways to, let me look at the exact title. That was this week, actually. So it's part of the playlist, the Move Abroad Gems playlist, but I will tell you exactly the name of, let's see. Oh, live. I keep forgetting those were lives and they separated. Digital nomad tips for Black women. And I mentioned yesterday and during that video, this applies to Black men as well. The only reason I labeled it Black women was because I get this question often, but I never get it from a man. So this was directly to answer the sisters who have like, oh, how do you sustain yourself? How can you make money? So this video was posted on November 22nd. You could check it out. And there are resources there and different types of nomadic ways to generate income and make money. Okay, let me see if there's any more questions. Hold on. Sorry. Let me close out of this because I don't know why this thing keeps popping up. I need to update. So ask any questions. I'm coming back right now. Okay, there we go. I have a child. If I have a child in school, do you think I should wait until summer break to start the process? No. And oh, so I get it now. So you could start. I'm saying start the process ASAP. So if you can financially start the process now, meaning, there's application fees, if you got to get your passport, there's passport fees. Start the process now because the slowdown on both ends is imminent, right? You don't have to take your kid out of school. This is really developing a plan B, getting all your ducks in a row so you don't get caught up in whatever bottleneck, whatever slowdown, whatever issues that will arise, right? In the future. So start the process now. Don't take your kid out of school, but start the process now so you get all of your documents. And who was that, Lorinda? Yes, get all your documents in a row. Hey, Ailey, I'm so glad you caught me live as well. I'd love to see my peoples. Y'all just give me a burst of energy every day. I'm a black and will watch it after this live. You are a black. Yesterday I talked about saying black sometimes gets under our people's skin, but we are so focused on the wrong thing. You don't hear white people saying, white is not a color. Don't call me white. I am Irish American, or I'm Italian. Like, we just get caught up on the wrong things. Oh, you're a black man. Okay, got it. I was like, you're black. Okay, you really not a black. But what's the name of that video again? I'm looking on the list. It is, okay, I still have it open. It is called, we have been going live every day, so my memory is, where did it go? I said it was the 22nd, right? Date. What the heck? Okay. Give me 1 second. It was called Digital Nomad Tips for Black Women Who Want to Exit the US. That's the title, but if you look at the thumbnail, it says make money from anywhere. And it was, like I said, it was live on November 22nd. So if you go to the playlist, and it should be in the playlist. Let me just make sure. Oh, you know what? It wasn't in the playlist. Let me add it now. Okay, I just added it. There's a lot going on this side. Okay, we have our passports, our global entry. I just need to know what I should do next. It depends upon what your goals are, Lorinda. So it's really hard for me to answer that without knowing, like, do you want to move abroad, or do you want to stay here? Are you safe where you are? Like, are you comfortable where you are? I always say, having a second home gives you options, and options give you freedom. And when I say a second home, for me, I'm talking a second home outside of this country, but it could be a second home outside of where you currently are that may be safer. So I'm not sure what your goals are, but yeah, that would determine your next move. I found a bank that's both in New York and in Mexico. Would you advise stacking money in there, or just have a US based bank to show income when applying for residency? No. First of all, you need a CURP number. There's something called a CURP number now if you want to open a bank account in Mexico. So you can have a bank here. Let's say is what is it called? Salander. Salander is like a known one. I may be pronouncing it wrong, but if you have money in the bank in the US and you go to Mexico, they have branches there, so it'd just be easier for you to access. But it's always easy to access money there. It's just the fees that you have to pay if it's not your local branch. So no, I don't recommend you stacking money just for the sake of moving, because in a different bank, if you're already in a bank that has presence in Mexico, you may not even know what part of Mexico you're going to. So no, I just say, just make sure you have like your bank cards. That's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Make sure your bank cards are not about to expire before you do any moves, right? So if you're planning on relocating, wherever you're planning on relocating to, make sure your bank cards are not about to expire. If they are, you can go to the bank request a new one, because you don't want to be away and not have access to a debit card or your credit cards. Or credit cards can tend to ship to you overnight, mostly anyway. Anywhere it could take a couple of days. So most credit cards, major credit cards, I should say, will do that. But debit cards, bank cards, if you need to access cash, make sure that you have that ready and it's not about to expire. Yes. Okay. Well, so you're looking to move to Mexico. So start the process. And it'll make more sense. Let me get back to the slides. I'm going to go over these last two questions. Working but watching in Tennessee. Wonderful morning, beautiful day. Hey, Gemstone, OC Doe. Good to see you again, girl. That's right. Get that money, honey. It's all part of the plan. Oh, hey, WM. You're not late. You don't ever have to apologize for that. I appreciate you, though. Thanks for stopping by again. Okay, so let me go back to what we are talking about. Okay, so we talked about how much Mexico delivers to this country. We can't act like, the implication, a lot of people keep thinking that Mexico is this broken down country that just takes and sends the worst of their people over the border. And that is such not the case. But we are going to go over some of the other things that are happening that I talked about earlier. So for those of you that don't know, I do consultations for people who are serious about their move to Mexico and are looking for strategies and some, accountability to help them in their journey, right? And so I had two yesterday. I have one tomorrow, no, one on Friday. Anyway, saying all that to say, I am ingrained in the Mexican community, the visa community. I have, I'm in facilitator communities. I have direct contacts with a couple facilitators. Those are the people that can help you when you're in Mexico to finalize the process. And they keep me updated on any changes or anything that's going on. And so these are some of the changes. And am I on the screen? And let me just see, did I update? Okay, perfect. Oh, I'm not on the screen. Let me add myself back to the screen so you can see. So I'm going to go over what is going on. So these are just two of the comments. There are so many comments similar to this, but I just brought out two of the comments to give you some insight as to what's going on in these residency streets. Good morning, everybody, or even tourism streets. I got a tourist visa stamp for 40 days, but it turns out that I need to stay a couple more weeks. What should I do about this? So here comes the slowdown. Mexico was known to give Americans, for the most part, 90+% of the time you enter Mexico, you're getting 180 days, which is how long? 6 months. This was posted in one of the groups that I am in 2 days ago. So this person thought they were going to get 180 days. The immigration officer stamped her for 40 days. But she needs to be there for about 54, 55 days. But guess what? She can't. Well, she can. So you can't overstay your visa, but then you are technically an illegal immigrant. I mean, an illegal alien, an illegal visitor, right? Once you overstay your visa, you are not in that country legally anymore. What happens though, you probably won't get, arrested or anything like that. But when it's time for you to exit, you will pay a fine for overstaying your welcome. And the fines, a couple $100, you're going to have to pay a fine. So don't bank on that 180-day visa. So I forgot who asked that question, and I can't see the chat right now. But when you ask me the question, should you just do 180 days? Mexico may not give you 180 days. Think about it. 180 days from now is after the changing of the guards has happened, the madness and the mayhem will be in full effect and people will be running to the border, right? So they're starting the process now to control the people that are entering into their country on a tourist visa from the US. Now, if you do your residency, they have to give you time to complete your residency. So you'll get the visa. It's a resident visa. When you arrive, they will give you, I forgot, do they give you 30 days? Anyway, they give you time to transfer that to a actual residency card. So, but if you're just going as a tourist, don't think you're just going to go lounge in Tulum for 6 months and it's going to be okay because you don't want to be around the noise. No, you may be only able to lounge for 2 weeks, depending on how much time they give you when you enter the country. Here's another one. The slowdown, or not the slowdown, the mass number of people that are trying to exit is filling up the consulate appointments here in the US. And so this was posted about I'm going to say within a week. Someone said, I live in Los Angeles and contacted the Mexican consulate here for an appointment to apply for a temporary resident visa. They aren't making appointments until January. Does anyone know of a Mexican consulate in the US that has a short turnaround time for appointments? So consulates, because of the results, are filling up. So that's why the process has to be started now, because it's not going to get any better. The backlog is going to get worse. And so, like I mentioned, where I was going with the thing, with me talking about consultations. So my consultations are for serious people. I do a strategy call. Not only do I do a strategy call, I do a follow-up with a plan of action, a roadmap to help you get to where you want to be in a set amount of time. You get a lot of resources, and you get access. I give you my cell number and all of that. So I help you along the way. So it is not, something that is for everybody. But what is for everybody who's interested, I haven't put the link in yet, but if you click the link to like the From Here to There resource guide, matter of fact, let me try to do that now. Let me finish what I was saying though. I put together what is it called? Hold on. Let me see what it's called. It is called Your Guide to Mexican Residency Phase 1. Everything you need to start the process in the US. Direct links to every consulate are included, along with some other things. Let me tell you what else is included, because this is what is given to the people that do. I won't say it's part of the consultations that I do, but I took a portion of that out and making it accessible to everyone for next to nothing. Next to nothing, because it is when I see comments like the ones I just read, I'm like, okay, I gotta come up with some solutions for my people. Everyone can't afford. Right now, my consultations are $249. They're going up back to $297 on or Monday, Monday the 1st or the 2nd, whatever that is. I took $50 off my consultations because I was like, okay, it will make it accessible to more people, but it is literally me doing the work. Like I am working for you. So those will never go super low. But what I am doing is making part of the follow-up information available to the masses. So right now, for at least the next week or so, it is under $10. And so what you will get exactly what is the role of the Mexican consulate here in the US, a list of all 53 Mexican consulates in the US with links directly to their site. So you don't have to scour the internet trying to find these places, trying to find what their requirements are, because each consulate in the US has different requirements for residency. And so, meaning financial requirements. Some, it could be, percentage difference, so you may want to see which ones are still taking appointments, which one have lower requirements, all of that. So you get a direct link to every consulate at all 53 consulates. You also get a how to book your appointment with some insider gems that I've, learned along the way. You also get a definition of what they look for with financial solvency and what does that mean. And there's also some, what is this called? Recent articles about Mexico and the US. So there's one that's really important. It takes us through the history, like our complicated history with Mexico. And some of the things we look like we're about to repeat ourselves. So yes, it's US and Mexico relations over the course of 200 years. It's very interesting. And then interesting facts about different neighborhoods. And so when you're trying to decide where to go, that's included as well. So right now that's available. And I'm going to see if I can add it let me try to add it to the description now for anyone who is interested. I didn't even think to do it earlier. Hold on one second. And please ask any questions. And, I like to know where everybody, especially if you're new, let me know where you're from, where you're tapping in from. I know somebody is working in Tennessee, but that's my girl. She ain't new. But hold on a second. Hold on. I want to try to share this now to make it easy for you to access, share, get a copy of the link, copy. And I'm just going to put in the description resource, Mexican Residency Resource Guide. 1 minute. Oh gosh, I should have did this earlier. I apologize, y'all. I am working hard over here for y'all. And so yeah, it's me doing the work so you don't have to. And again, this is something that comes with the consultation. Well, you get a much more in-depth resource guide, but this is to start you off here, phase 1 in the US ASAP. So Mexican Residency Resource Guide, phase 1. Okay, so I just saved that. Perfect. So yeah, so when I talk about is Mexico closing its borders to Americans, I'm not playing. Like this is not a clickbait. This is absolutely serious. Now, do I think they're going to close their borders? Absolutely not, because financially we mean too much to them. We bring too much money into that country, and they know our dollar is strong. And so they're not going to say no to that. But what they are going to do, they're going to take the creme de la creme, the more financially rich, the ones at the higher household income, and prioritize them. And anyone who's, just at the cusp, I want to say from when I got my residency, we're going to go over the numbers in a second. I keep getting ahead of myself. So let's go back to the slides and then I'll come back to the questions. So yeah, so Pete, the consulates are filling up, right? Be ready. Like if you could start getting ready like January 1st, January 2nd, getting the appointment, getting all your documents in a row before the 20th of January, when the madness and the mayhem is officially taking, its position. Start now. Please start now. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So when we took, this is another notification that I got yesterday. I got this in the midst of, I was in the middle of a consultation when this notice came through, advising of the latest about the Mexican residency requirements for 2025. So a 12% increase has been proposed by President Sheinbaum. but hasn't been finalized yet. The 2025 minimum wage in Mexico is set to be finalized and written into law sometime the first week of December 2024, after all branches of government have come to an agreement. That's why we don't post anything until it becomes official. So this expert has been getting a lot of questions like, what's going on? I want to know what the requirements are for 2025. But this is typical. Mexico doesn't typically release the requirements until the end of the year, the month prior to the start of the new year, because their requirements are based on the minimum wage of Mexico. And they times it by a certain, the math is based on that number. So until they get that number, they cannot set what the increase or the final requirements will be for financial solvency. So it says the increase in Mexico's minimum wage is what increases the economic solvency requirements for Mexican residency each year. Stay tuned for what the final minimum wage will be in 2025 from the official source, and this is the official source to find out. I will also be updating as well, so my people know, because I know y'all are not going to the websites, the Mexican websites, to find out. So this is just a look at what 2024 requirements were. And so if you look at and this is based on consulates. Like I told you, each consulate is different. Not every consulate, it's not one size fits all. So if you are in Boise, Idaho consulate, then for temporary residency, you need to prove 6 months of income showing that you made $4,100. You make $4,100 a year, right? For 12, oh goodness, if you're showing not a year, a month, excuse me, per month. But if you're showing, if they require 12 months of savings, if you're not showing income and you're showing savings and investments, in Boise, you have to show that you have $69,000 in savings and investments. And that could be through multiple sources. So if you have a 401k, if you have 403b, excuse me, whatever those sources is, you combine them. And as long as in Boise, as long as you are at 69,000, that you qualify. Now, remember, they're expecting these numbers to go up 12%. I don't have my calculator on my desk. So let's just see what 69,000 plus 12%. That's $77,280. You see what I'm talking about? Like, those numbers, I'm telling you, are going to substantially increase over the years. And child, woo, you know. And so let's just compare that. I'm going to compare it to New Orleans. So whereas Boise is 69,000 for savings and investments, New Orleans is 62,234. The monthly income is 37,737. I know people who went from New York to New Orleans to get approved because they met the threshold in New Orleans, but didn't meet the threshold in New York. Is New York listed here? Yes. So New York is 73,000. So that is a $10,000, 11,000, well, 10,000. No, 11,000, almost 11,000 differential for temporary residency. The permanent residency is on over here on this side. But yeah, so 73,000 to show in savings and investments, 4,400 versus 3,700 in monthly income. So people will, it's called consulate shopping. They will go to see where they can get approved based on their financial solvency and their numbers, if it's not in their state, and as long as the consulate accepts people from a different state. Let me see. It also compares if you're Canadian. So any of my Canadian people that are here watching, this was for 2024. So what I want you to do for planning purposes, add 12% to whatever numbers. You could take a screenshot of this, come back, watch it later, and do the math. And they have permanent residency here too, but now the qualification, it didn't used to be like this. If you can show that you have early retired, even and you're over 60, okay, let's say it like this. If you have early retired and you're under 60, you may have a shot of getting permanent residency. You just have to show that you're collecting on whatever retirement funds there are and that you meet the financial solvency threshold. If you're over 60 and you haven't retired, you can still possibly get permanent residency even though you haven't retired, as long as you meet the threshold. So I hope that makes sense. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, I think is that it? Let me see. That might have been it. Hold on. Escape. Yep, that was it. So again, if you need help, if you are serious about this and you want a consultation, go ahead. You can book me through the rest of this year. Next year, I'm supposed to be doing some moving around in January, so I don't know what my schedule is gonna like. We're gonna definitely still be coming on live, but I don't know, what if my calendar is going to allow me. But now through the end of the year, my calendar is open for Mexican residency calls as well as general consultations, only because the people asked. Because I had closed my calendar to focus on Mexican residency, but those of you that were here, people were like, "Oh, can you do you just do regular consultations?" So that is available now as well, and it's $50 off until Monday. Okay, let me see what the questions are. But again, check the description for all the resources that I have available. And let's just see what the questions are. Working, watching. Oh, yes, it was OC Doe that was letting me know she was in Tennessee. Oh, you asked about the visa. Okay. Yes. Yes, you asked about the 180 days. So yeah, as you can see, people are not getting the 180 days. And that's not the only comment I saw, but for the sake of time, I just wanted to give you guys a visual because I'm in multiple groups and I'll see them. And let me tell you, the amount of people that are joining these groups that I am in, trying to get assistance, ask questions and all of that, I had to turn off notifications. It is, yeah, people are out of here. Talk about the explorative visit. What do I need? I retire Monday. I want to be somewhere. So the explorative visit, you talking about OCDO that I talked about the other day. So I did that. I do that usually in May. Actually, May that just passed was my first one. The plan was to try to do it again this May. I need to see what's happening in this country first. And especially now with these conversations between, Mexico and the US. So I'm not going to commit to it until I get more clarity on how strained things can get. So I won't announce it till next year if I do it, and it will be February that I'll announce it, which is a short amount of time. But I don't do big groups anyway, so it'll be the right people. I don't do like 30, 40 people. The max is capped at 12, and that's including me and the person who helps me. So, okay. I'm 68 years young. I applied to renew my passport. I'm seeking permanent residency in Mexico. Where do I start? In the US at a consulate. And basically you just have to gather. So if you want everything in one place and you don't have to scour the internet, go ahead, get that resource guide that right now is under $10. And you could just click and it gives you exactly how to schedule an appointment, what to look for. What did I say? It gives you a child the way. I'm trying to remember everything and not forget. Let me just pull up exactly. go through exactly what's included, but you'll see it on the when you go to the page, you'll see it. So it includes, close that window. Okay. So what you get is, what is the role of the Mexican consulate? You get a list of all 53 consulates with the clickable link. I believe in clickable links, child. Nobody got time to copy, paste, put in Google. So you could click directly from this resource guide. You first start, I always recommend starting first with the one that's closer to you, so you avoid having to pay for gas or buy a flight to go someplace else. See if you meet the requirements there. See if they have appointments there, or when they'll have appointments before you move on to the next place closer to you, or the next place that you can get an appointment where you meet the requirements. So you get that. You get a visual map of the U.S. consulates at a glance. But again, you have the clickable links that tell you exactly where they are. You get a direction on how to book your appointment at a Mexican consulate. You also get a definite, deep dive as to what financial solvency is. And you get links to some really important articles. One is, two really important articles. There's a gentleman talking about why his American dream is in Mexico. And it's a link to also one of the best websites to get news sources from in Mexico, but his story is featured on there. And then you also get a link to the history of the U.S. and Mexico relations. And it's a great summary breakdown. And it's and I'll tell you, anyway, it's a good resource to understand our complicated relationship. And you also get interesting facts about certain neighborhoods. Like, did you know that Polanco is also often called the Beverly Hills of Mexico? And so there's others, little tips and tidbits about certain less well-known places in Mexico that may be of interest to you. So that's what you get in this guide. And this also comes complimentary if you book a consultation, in addition to more resources, in addition to a customized roadmap to get you specifically to where you need to be after we have the strategy call, after I get answers to certain questions like who's moving with you, do you have pets, so many questions come along with that, and then a strategy is developed. So that if you plan on booking a strategy call, don't get this. Don't pay for this, because you get this as part of the recap, which is delivered within 72 hours of our call. Often sooner, but I just give myself some padding. So let me get back to where I can see you guys. Okay. So congratulations for applying to renew your passport. That is most of the battle. Make sure you have your social security card, your birth certificate, your health records. Do your doctor's appointments now. If you are scheduled to see a specialist or anything like that, do your doctor's appointments now. Healthcare is going to change. Hi, it's the holidays for USA and Mexico. My facilitator explained to me in August that nothing gets done from Thanksgiving through our December. That's not true. They're busy until mid-December. Yeah, things get done. There are people, I'm in these groups, so I know, like I see. So I don't know which office your facilitator is talking about, but there was a time that changed. So there was a time from like the beginning of December through the beginning of January, they were gone. Like the INM office would close. That's not the case anymore. But starting mid-December, you're going to have a skeletal staff. And then by the 20th, you'll have no staff of December. So starting let's just say around the 13th, 14th, 15th, it'll be a skeletal staff. It will take longer to get appointments there because of, during that time frame from like the 13th through the 20th. But then after the 20th, yeah, you'll have to wait till after New Year's and the top of the year. So it's not holidays there. They did have a national holiday. Was it yesterday, the day before? But no, it's not officially a holiday there. And they did, listen, they're not turning down no money like that. Trust you me. That's why they don't close for the length of time that they used to close. They see that these people are trying to get to Mexico by any means necessary. It's Mexico holiday from Thanksgiving. No, okay. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true. It used to, well, I won't say Thanksgiving, but and I also got that's the time frame that so last year I renewed in December for my 3 years. And yeah, so that is not, oh, sorry. McAllen Consulate is only taking Texas. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So not every consulate accepts people from other states. Atlanta accepts people from other states. New Orleans accepts people for now. So let me do the air quotes caveat. With all the changes happening, I don't know when that's going to change, right? But as of 2024, that is, yeah, you can go to those, and there's others. So there are quite a few that accept people from other states. Oh, congratulations, Keturah. Welcome, Miss Hermano or Hermana. I can't see the, I don't know, is that hair? So what I'm looking at, I can't tell. Oh no, Miss Hermana, congratulations. Congratulaciones. Hey, Ginger Rogers, Washington State. Yes, welcome. You are, what time is it there? So it's not too early, but it was 7 something. No, 8 something. 8:40. Okay, welcome. Hi, all. Oh, sorry, Anita. No, I announced, I didn't put AM. We only have one late night a week, so just know going forward. I am on Eastern Standard Time right now. We are only doing Wednesdays chit chat at 10 p.m. on Wednesdays. Every other post I do will be earlier than that. So if it's 7, if I say 7, that means 7 p.m. If I say 10:30, that means AM. So apologize for that, Gemstone, but I'm glad you caught us and made it. Definitely catch the replay. There was some good gems dropped. By the way, I'm from Orlando, Florida. Hey, Florida. I keep saying that used to be my, New York is my first favorite state. Well, yeah, specifically New York City. Florida used to be my second favorite place, but then y'all got a governor that made me change my mind on that. I'm even missing Art Basel coming up because of that, and have been missing it for some years now. And then DC is on my top 3. I'm in the same boat. Sheila Roberts, 68 years old, retiring Monday. OC Doe, congratulations. We are going to have to celebrate you. Oh my gosh. OC Doe. Retires Monday. Let's say congratulations to our gemstone OC Doe. Congratulations. And I am in the process of setting up a time to meet with, not a time for the founder of the 60 plus Black expat community to come on and talk, let us know everything that you need to know moving forward. But congratulations. Desire to retire to Mexico, but overwhelmed is an understatement. Yeah, it can be overwhelming, but let me tell you how you get rid of overwhelm. You just start. What's the phrase? Analysis paralysis will get you stuck and keep you stuck all the time. And You just have to start. Even if you start and you may be starting in the middle and it may not make sense, just like I did. Listen, this whole live series, if I would have gotten stuck about, okay, what am I going to talk about for the next week? Because when I started, I didn't have a whole week scheduled, a whole week planned out. And here we are 2.5 weeks later. You just have to start. That's my biggest advice to you. Even if it seems weird, scary, you're not doing things right. The goal is to get it finished. It doesn't have to be flawless, but in order to get it finished, you have to start. And so I just want you to start. So if starting means something simple like, let me find out where my nearest consulate is. Let me find out what the requirements are. Let me find out which city in Mexico I'm interested in and start doing research there. Just start the process. Please, 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 please. Oh, your Kanye will be in January 2025. What? So you got your resident visa. So you mean you're going back to Mexico in January so they can stamp your Kanye, stamping your passport, your Kanye. I think that's what you mean. DL, hey DL, welcome back, my hitter, my hitter. Good to see you. It's retaliation. Oh yeah. Well, I think part of it's retaliation, but I also think that they have to protect their borders too. If you look at my thumbnail, like I thought it was kind of cute. Like I put the bars up, and the Mexicans are at their flea market just having a good old time. And I have my residency card, but I'm on the outside of the gates. Like they have to protect their borders too from the influx of people that are just going there and going with not really. Some people are going because they're scared and they're hearing it's cheap and they're hearing this. They don't realize it's a whole cultural immersive experience for people who have been going and who have been getting their residency. And so, yeah, they have to protect their borders. They have to protect their people. And so so kind of goes like this. Let's just say, I always say this. If I need, okay, I'm not going to use that as an example, but think about it. If you have one person, it's like high ticket pricing, right? So do you need 1,000 people coming into Mexico as residents if you can generate the same revenue from 100 people coming into Mexico as residents, right? So they're going to lessen the people eventually, right? That are able to afford to come. And they're going to go for the more high ticketed expats, so to speak. So those include retirees a lot of times as well. But from just the everyday digital nomad that's just barely making it. And when I say digital nomad, I'm just, someone that's just wandering from job to job and is just barely making $3,700 a month. They rather not, they rather have less people with a higher requirement. I believe that's Mariana information. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, I don't know Mariana. Myself, just me. Do you have a link to purchase the book? Yeah, it's in the description. So I just added it. Let me make sure it's showing because I did not check. I think I saved it. Hold on one second. And it's a resource guide. I hate to call it a book because I'm a lover of books and I just think of books as something a little different. But it's a resource guide. And let me just make sure I added it. Hold on a second. My channel. Let me see the description. Oh, and you can also join the mailing list as well. Mailing list. It's there. So definitely, it's the second link. The first link is uh for the oh, you probably heard that. The second link is for the resource guide for the Mexican consulates, the phase one, getting it done in the US. And then the first link is if you want to subscribe to the Black Travel and Culture newsletter, which will probably not be as active while I'm doing these lives over the next couple of weeks, but I will send some notifications out, but not like I used to because there's only so many hours in a day. Where is Dallas? Dallas, Texas. Hey, Allison. I'm not sure what you mean by that question. What about Florida? I'm not sure what you mean. What about Florida? Are you talking about for the consulates and the requirements? So if you want that information, all of that's in the guide. If you're talking about why I don't go to Florida anymore, it's because of the governor. Receiving my residency. Oh, that's where I got my residency. I love Guadalajara. I also love Playa del Carmen, but I love Playa more because I like walking to the beach and doing sunrise service, my own little sunrise service at the beach. I also like just it has a big city. I call it BC energy. They have big city energy for it to be a small town. So, if you want to do things at night, you can do things at night. If you want to do things in the day, you can do things in the day. Hey, welcome back, AC Anita Creations. Good to see you. Happy day before Thanksgiving. And just a reminder, we are off tomorrow. There will be no lives. There will be some, content posted, but enjoy your time, take a break, enjoy your family, or enjoy your rest, whatever it is that you choose to do. I totally am for that. 2 years left on my passport. With the current rush for passports in the US, should I wait until before it expires or go ahead and get a replacement now because I need to have my last name? So are you saying you need to change your last name? So last night we learned that if you do it online, if you need to renew, if you do it online, you have to wait until, you can't do it. It has to be within the year of your expiration. But some good gemstone droppers, I love my gemstone family, y'all, came out last night and shared that if you go into one of the passport agencies, you can renew with 2 years left. I forgot how long they said they had left, but you have to go to an agency to renew if it's more than a year. And I think they know because people travel and stuff like that. But I'm just going to tell you what I would do if it was me, because the world could be turned into the US can turn into the most beautiful place over the next 4 years, right? I don't have a crystal ball, but based on the writing on the wall, based on my intuition, if it was me, I would renew it, especially with only 2 years. I would definitely renew it. How do you find out the consulate takes residents from other states? You have to contact the consulate. Yeah. You can some of the websites will tell you have to be I think all of them do, really. If it doesn't say you have to live in this state, then I would move as if you don't have to live in the state. Some of the websites for the consulates will tell you have to be a resident of this state to make an appointment. Another thing that I learned, which I need to caveat here, and I will caveat more locally and broadly. I just learned this, that one consulate has been practicing, or what it appears to be, or what some people have claimed it to be, as some biases, right? And so they have been denying Black residents, Black applicants, visas, their residency visas. And that has been Raleigh, North Carolina. Now, I have not visited Raleigh, North Carolina Consulate, but this has been something that a concern that has been voiced, and it's North Carolina, so it doesn't surprise me. But you can, definitely get the guide and click through. Like I said, they're all listed there, and you could go do your research that way, or you can do your own Googles. I just make these guides for people who like easy breezy. This is the stuff I buy. This is the stuff I look for when I'm doing like research. I don't want to scour if I don't have to scour. I have enough scouring to do between my business, between my clients and this and that. So if I'm doing other things, let me buy the guide. Let me join this class. Let me get an expert to simplify it, make it ABC 1, 2, 3 for me. Do I know how to get residency in Costa Rica? No, I do not. I know it's a process. I know people who have been doing that process for some time now. But I don't know the specifics of Mexican residency. That's how come my consultation calls for residency are specific to Mexico, because I did it myself. The first half, it was all DIY from the time I applied in New York to the time I went to Mexico and applied at the INM office there. My first year temporary residency was done all by myself. When I had to go back to renew in December, I did hire a facilitator, and I had met her the year prior, and I knew people who had used her. And the only reason I hired her was because I had to do it. And then I was staying in Playa del Carmen for the holidays and all of that. But so my trip in Guadalajara was going to be very short. So I hired her because she knew everybody in the INM office and was beloved, used to work in the INM office. So I knew I'd be able to walk out with my renewal that same day. But I don't know the specifics about Costa Rica. But if you need consultations or information about Mexico, I'm your girl. Have a couple of questions, Ailey. 1, I have the money to get my passport by Monday. Is there a faster way besides expedited by mail to get it? Because I don't have a car, I have an e-bike. Expedited is as fast as you can request. And usually expedited is only a few days. So I'm not sure. You should be fine. Are you leaving? Are you going somewhere that you need it sooner than what they're saying for expedited? But as long as you put in the application now this month, like I didn't do expedited because I wasn't going anywhere in 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm not sure why you need expedited or why you need it even sooner than the expedited. Is there a possibility of earning less than the monthly amount is still getting a temporary residency? Anything's possible. I always say that, you know. I don't know that I would I mean, if you're a couple dollars off, would they, say no? If this was last year, I would say give it a try. But with what I'm seeing and hearing now, I wouldn't waste an application fee on it. I would just try to gather some more. How can I add to that number? I guess I would be trying to figure out. For me, it was gross. Like they didn't net it down or anything like that. And I haven't heard people. I heard one person say that, oh, I think they looked at how much taxes I have to pay on my income or something like that. I think I heard one person say that, but that was only one person, and they were in. It was one of these off-beaten towns. I can't even remember. This was a while ago, but as long as you show that you hold on, let me just make sure. Let me see what my notes say. Give me a second. It's because it's in my book, in my resource guide. Hold on. Let me pull that back up. Anybody cooking? Anybody cooking for Thanksgiving? I sure hope they have macaroni left in the store when I get there. Hold on. I'm trying to find my book. Okay, here we go. So let me get to financial solvency. Okay. 6 months income per person. Original documents provided person must be for self-employed persons must be individual who self-employed without having a registered trade or business 1099. Yeah, so this is directly from the immigration. They don't mention that it's net, and I haven't heard anybody say. And I know people who just made the threshold, like with gross income. That got approved. So it doesn't say they net it down. And I haven't heard anybody say that they net it down. So the definition of exactly what financial solvency means to the Mexican government is in that resource guide. So you can check that out. Hold on. Let me see more questions. And again, the from here to there resource guide, since I have Etsy open, hold on a second. Let me just tell you exactly what the from here to there resource guide is. It is, okay. We know that planning a move abroad can be complex and it requires meticulous organization and resourcefulness. I'm your meticulous organizer. So I've compiled a list of diverse online resources that can assist you making your transition as smooth as possible. The websites cover various aspects of moving abroad, including visa information, housing, job search, cultural assimilation, and financial planning. If you want to save time and plan your move abroad with ease, then this downloadable ebook is for you. And just know there's three, it comes in three parts. It's only like 24 pages, I want to say, but it's three separate downloads. So only one person emailed me and was like, oh, it's cut off, but they didn't download the other two parts. But it includes 8 of the most sought after destinations, including Canada, Costa Rica, Kenya, Mexico, Panama, Portugal, South Africa, and the United Kingdom. So that is also available for under $13 until Friday. Friday, it goes back to, it goes up $5. So what is that? $17.97. So yeah. Okay, let me go back to the question. So StreamYard. Okay, here we go. You currently receive Social Security and retirement. Okay, that's excellent. I mean, I know that's how most retirees have gotten their residency. New sub trying to take it all in. So much to do and feeling a bit overwhelmed. Hey, none of your business, none of your biz. 1, 2, 3. But also very excited for mapping and strat. Yeah, the beginning. Trust me, I'm not even gonna lie, like, and say that it wasn't. I wasn't like. So the weird thing is, I don't even want you to go see this video. When I started this YouTube journey back in 2022, one of my first videos was about me wanting to boycott winter. I just do not. Me and winters just are not. Winters in the Northeast, I should say. I get um seasonal blues, they call it seasonal depression, but I just get the darkness, the cold, the snowstorms, and then we were having some real bad snowstorms at one time. I just was like, okay, I'm going to find a way to boycott winter. Thank you, Stephanie Perry, for implanting that in my head. And I did a video in the snow outside, like hood on, getting beat up in my face with the snow. And I was like, this is it. I am boycotting winter. And by the next winter, I started boycotting. So I've been boycotting winter since then. And was it nerve-wracking? Was I concerned? Like, oh my goodness, by myself, speaking another, going to a country where I don't, I'm not fluent in that language, but I did it and did not look back. That decision led me to, oh no, I need to get my residency here because I want to stay as long as I stay. I don't have to worry about me overstaying a visa or welcome. And that led me to getting my my getting, starting the application process here in New York, which I also have a playlist about that. I did it myself. And you could tell through some of the ups and downs, you could see some of the nervousness on my face, from, the day of my consulate visit, gathering the information. All of that is documented, and I put it online 2 years ago. So, I've been wanting to help us, but now the urgency is real. And so that is why I'm doing these lives every day. New people are getting exposed to this message. Again, everybody does not have to move to Mexico. Everybody does not have to move out of the country. Just be safe. Just know that things are going to change. Just know that the world that we have become accustomed to, the US world that we have become accustomed to, even with all of its icks, is about to change. And so, what do you need to do to make sure that you're safe, your family's safe? Do you need to build community, move someplace where you have a bigger support system? Maybe, like I said, I always say, if you are in a community because you done moved on up to the east side and you are the only Black family there, surrounded by people that are just disgusted that you're there, and you have children, what's your next move? What is your next move? So yes, you can get overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie, I got nervous, but and I did it myself. Like, that's what I want to say. I just, child, you don't have to hire an attorney to do this. So if you do want to move abroad, there are so many resources out there. Even if you're not, if you're not a gemstone and you're not coming back here regularly, fine. Find find somebody who meets your needs and giving you the information. And maybe it's on TikTok, because I know everybody's not going to sit through an hour and 32 minute video. I get that. And that's why I try to cut up certain pieces of the videos and repost them for people that may miss the lives and may, not get the nuggets and the gems that we're dropping over here. But just start. Doesn't Dallas have a Mexican consulate? Yeah, I'm almost positive they do. Yeah, I think it's on the list. There's 53 of them across the US. Do you need health records? Not for Mexico. Now, there are certain countries that, and we talked about, that's part of the playlist. What video was that? We talked about countries that require you to submit health records, but Mexico isn't one of them. Not yet, but when they start wanting to really get strict on who they're going to allow to get residency, I wouldn't be surprised if that comes up later on down the line. What about your pet? Pets are allowed. Mexico loves some dogs now. Yeah, most people bring their pets, just have to have the records. And there's, you can find all of that like on the website, and you can definitely ask the questions when you're applying for, or before you start your application process, when you're before you finalize your application process, you'll let them know you're bringing pets, and they'll tell you what you need to supply with health records. Hey, Cynthia, welcome back, Miss ATL. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. It's one of the gemstones who've been tapping in since the beginning. Yes, congratulations to OC Doe, who retires on Monday. We are going to find a way to celebrate. I want to do it on a day and time that I know you're going to be here, but we are going to celebrate. Yep, they shouting you out. Yes. Congratulations to OC Doe. OC Doe. Gosh, now it's time for you, girl. Now it is time for you to live. Okay, you're saying yes, that you're going to get your stamp for your Kanye, I think. The Mexican president is going to be building a wall to keep Americans out. LL Trump won't need to build a. Listen, when he said they're going to pay for the wall, this is what he was talking about. But it's not to keep the Mexicans from coming to the U.S. You are absolutely right. Ciao. And I mentioned that at the beginning. So please watch the beginning of the when I started presenting the slides, because there were some, I think, great gems that were dropped about the status. DeSantis is term limited and his time is up. So there will be a new governor unless he gets his wife to run, which he's trying to do right now. Listen, the fact that he has friction with the new change, the new guard, then I feel confident that, yeah, his time may be up. But the way this world is about to change with elections and this and that, child, I don't trust nothing that is, or no one that is going to be put into office. Because I'm not even going to say voted into office. Because I think had that thing not happened with Gillum, which I believe was a setup by him, he wouldn't even be in office. Hey, just one. Good to see you. This is one of my, I hope I could say one of my clients who I'm excited for. Glad you could make it. As long as you are consistent, you don't have to change your name. Were you responding to the passport question? Because that was the only one I think I saw about a name. For renewal, hey, Lorinda, for renewal that has 2 years left, answer. Fill out the renewal form, submit one picture, old passport, and money order for the fee. So yeah, but you can't, you can't do it online. I think that's, please understand. Yeah, so the money order, of course, you won't be doing it online, but thanks for sharing that. I submitted to Raleigh to get my visa and haven't heard back from them. Have to email to request a date. That has been several weeks. Oh, Melva. Are you doing so? The one thing about Mexico, their bureaucracy is like the DMV here. Like, they not Russian, they not, they're antiquated. You said you email. Is there another way to contact? Because sometimes there are, depending on the consulate, there are sometimes other ways to contact. So if you can find another way to contact versus email, I would start with, Googling Raleigh Mexican consulate, see what the complaints are, see what the people are saying, because sometimes there's solutions. Also go to other platforms or just, put in Google, haven't heard from Raleigh consulate regarding Mexican visa, see what comes up. But definitely see if there's another way that you can get to them, or see if there's anybody in your same position that's offering solutions. And like I said, there has been some issues with Black applicants feeling like that they were denied. Simply they met this is their story. Like I said, I haven't been to the Raleigh office. This wasn't the case before. I used to know people that went to the Raleigh office, so this is a new occurrence. So they're saying just don't go to that one. Yes, you can mail it off through the post office, don't need an appointment, just mail it off like a regular flat letter. Okay, thank you so much. I love us dropping gems. Oh, so you're the sweet potato pie maker too. So am I. But I definitely, so I have to, I'm not making the macaroni and cheese. I have to go get macaroni and cheese. I am making the sweet potato pie. And I think cranberry sauce. I like fresh cranberry sauce. Not everybody in my family likes fresh, but some like the can, but I like fresh cranberry sauce. So I'll be making that. I'm making pecan pie. Oh, for my family and friends. If that doesn't sound, listen, you got my mouth watering. That sounds amazing. So we're talking about what we're cooking for Thanksgiving. So we'll wrap it up in a little bit. Oh, that sounds good. I love pecan pie. That used to be my favorite pie. Dressing, candied yams, mac and cheese, and green beans. Nikki D, you're gonna be busy today and tomorrow. That sounds good too. Oh, I am making dressing. Thanks for reminding me. But I'm making the packaged kind, like the top of the stove. I'm not making the fresh one. Listen, y'all got me working over here and I love it. But I got to find some shortcuts where I can. Yes, ma'am. I'm doing the whole spread. My sons are visiting, so we'll be grubbing. Oh, congratulations, Cynthia. Yeah, them sons love some mama's cooking, boy. So I know you are doing the whole spread. Well, most sons. I want to get out by January. So their family is having a crab ball. All my contributions is greens. Hey, Lee, that crab ball. See, next year, y'all go. Well, no, don't invite me because I'll be in Mexico. But I was gonna say y'all gotta have to. We'll be having our own crab ball in Mexico together. For those who will be there, those who won't, I will invite you, and you could come from whatever country you're in. Oh, thank you, TCN Yang. TCN Yang 101. Oh, no problem. I mean, I have to be because I think some people, what's the Nelson Mandela quote? It only seems impossible until it's done. Most of us don't get it done because we get stuck in the what ifs and the analyzing, and I need to research. And then I promise you, when you just, let me say, I promise you. And I also talk about this. So I have, this is the original, and I keep it, I'm in it every day. This is, I have this book on Etsy as well. And it's based off of Steve Harvey's principles of writing 300 things down. And I'm going to play the audio for that because I really think that. So I keep I travel with this beat up version. This was the proof that I got. So this is my beat up version, and it has biblical quotes and stuff like that. It challenges us, instead of just doing a vision board, it challenges us to think bigger, dream bigger. So this is my hard copy that I transfer things into, but it's, you know, it's hard copy. I don't carry it with me everywhere I go. This I travel with, you know, it's flimsy. So it's also available in the Black Travel and Culture Amazon store if you want a hard copy or if you want a paperback. The reason I did it downloadable is because Amazon's prices went up so much to print that I don't even think, I mean, I had to put the hard copy at 29, I think it's like $29.99 in order to see any part, like the prices just went ridiculous. So I have the downloadable version that you can print out on your own on the Etsy shop for a fraction. What is that? Like for a fraction of what it is on, let me see what it is. Okay, forgive me. It's $15.97. So it's half price of what I have it on Amazon. But if you want it already bound, then you can go to, and I have a link to my Amazon store in the description, but I think it's under safety first items. But if you go to the Black Travel and Culture Amazon store, you can get it. But what I was going to say about that is, when I was fighting even doing these lives, because I'm like, this is too much of a commitment, this is too much dedication. As I was going through the 300 things that I want, you know, to accomplish, and again, this is based on it's based on biblical scriptures, and it has motivational motivational quotes, but it's based on Habakkuk 2. Where is it? This thing is, okay, Habakkuk 2:2-3. Then the Lord replied, write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets so that a herald may run with it. For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. Write it down, make it plain, and watch the Lord do his thing. Like, that is the whole principle of this manifestation guide. And so when I looked at some of the things that I put here related to Black, the Black travel and culture community, the educational part of it, the growth part of it, the getting people to get their passports. So last year, if you go on my TikTok page, Black Travel and Culture, you'll see I was doing passport giveaways last year to people who all they had to do was tell me why. Of course then we did a raffle, but I've been doing this passport giveaway stuff. There's another video, an interview that I did with a teacher here in Brooklyn who has a whole initiative. It's called Brownsville Abroad, and he takes students in Brownsville, Brooklyn. If you know anything about Brownsville, then that says a lot. He takes them on an international trip every year. And he has them also raise funds on their own through car washes and things like that. I donate passports to his cause. So, I mean, this is not anything that I just thought of and came out one day. This was something that was divinely put on my heart. And I think a lot had to do with me writing down certain things in this manifestation guide. And now I have to be obedient to what he has me doing. And yeah, so that was a whole big soliloquy. And I said we're not going to be here long because I know y'all got to do food shopping and all of that. So let's just get through the rest of the true. You don't have to leave. You can take a siesta. Amen. Amen. You could just go away for, a mental health break, or you can, but if you don't have the visa, if you are only getting a 3-day visa stamp now, I don't know how much of a siesta that is. Still not sure. Can I get temporary residency without having a tourist visa? I'm trying to analyze that question. So once you get approved, approved for residency, they give you a visa. They give you a residency visa. So I don't know what you mean by needing a tourist visa, because you're starting everything here. And I know some places say that they want you to have visited at least once between 2015, visited Mexico once between 2015 and 2022, I want to say. But I know so many people that didn't. So I'm not sure exactly what that question means. Kim, could I use UD electronic products in Mexico? Now that's a question because I don't know what a UD electronic product is. UD ultra definition. I don't know. What is UD? Let's start there. Oh, US electronic. I was like, I never heard that one before. And I done had quite a few consultations. US electronic, absolutely. I take all my US electronic devices. I highly recommend a VPN to protect yourself from hacking, because not cybersecurity is at its all-time high, and certain countries are better at halting and preventing it than others. But that's why I keep a link to the VPN that I use, which is Nord. And right now they're having a 74% off discount for Black Friday. This is usually the cheapest time of the year, their most, discounted time of the year. But yeah, so if anyone is planning, I use a VPN here. So, I mean, but if you're looking to go abroad, I would definitely get a VPN for your devices. Ginger says, my mom and I have our passports already, but I'm looking at the remote jobs and for a digital nomad visa, following expat pages for Puerto Vallarta. Lots of work to do, but excited. You don't need a digital nomad visa for Puerto Vallarta, for Mexico at all. And be leery of some of these digital nomad visas. I did a video about that. Some of them have gone away, like the Netherlands has gone away. There's others that are slated to end this year. They may come back now because of what's going on in this country, and then there's other countries that I believe it's a money grab, and they will be a stink sooner. And some of those are Caribbean countries. So just be careful with the digital nomad visas, like paying for it. Mexico, you don't need to pay for a digital nomad visa. But yeah, I'm glad you're excited though, Ginger, because that's the thing. Like once you start, the excitement will follow. And then you won't be able to stop. Some of you won't be able to stop. It will keep you up at night. Like, what do I need to do tomorrow? Like, yeah. So on the site, it says email only to request an appointment. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I know you're on their site. So that's why I'm saying you're going to have to, Melva, like you're going to have to, I'm all about strategy, right? So you hit one wall, you're going to have to back up, reset, rev that engine and try again. So go to Google see what the Google reviews are saying for the Raleigh office, the Raleigh Consulate. Sometimes under the Google reviews, there will be like, I couldn't get anyone to respond via email, so I did blah, 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 and someone got back to me. So check Google first, start there. Also, just put in Google, hard time, no one's gotten you, whatever the wording is, to not waste time. Put in your situation, see what comes up, see what the people are saying. And that's where you'll find a lot of gems. So yeah, so good luck with that. Yes, I'm cooking. Started your potatoes pies. Yes, W, and we love a good potato pies. Notice no one said pumpkin pies, right? No, nobody said they making a pumpkin pie. Sonia! This is my Playa del Carmen sister. When I tell you, Sonia has some good videos on her channel. She's back in Dallas right now, but she's a filmmaker as well. And so she's doing her thing with that. But when I was on my siesta, my testing out the waters in Playa, Sonia was one of my angels, actually, while we were there. Definitely a sweet person. Definitely, and not just a sweet person, but she's a helpful person. Like if you need something, like you have a question, so follow her channel. I know she's been kind of like I said, doing the filmmaking thing, and I know that's going to launch back up, but follow her and check out some of her I actually found Sonia, who also gave me inspiration before I met her, because she took the leap of faith and moved to Playa temporarily. Was the date 2/2/22? 2/2/22, I want to say. And she told her story about what inspired her and how she took the leap of faith and did it. So it seems impossible until it's done. Sonia has, I think those videos are still up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's some videos about her journey. This was back in 2022, but her journey to Mexico. MU. I'm not sure what that means, but good to see you, Sonia. Miss you. Same at Ginger Run. I'm getting all of my docs in place. I'm ready to visit, scout out PV, and especially Panama. Yeah, Panama is another big destination for us, and they're included in the From Here to There resource guide that's also on Etsy, and it has a lot of clickable links that would be useful for you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so pralines. So I already told you I love pecan pie. Now I don't know the difference between Louisiana pralines, because I thought they were all Louisiana pralines, but I love a good old praline. Or some people say pralines, some people say pralines. I love some pralines. Oh my gosh, jeez Louise. Rolls and greens. Oh, just one. Yes, them greens. Listen, if they fresh greens, y'all could keep them. I still, to this day, when you get older, you just appreciate your parents in certain ways that when you were younger, you didn't. The way my mother used to make collard greens for like 30 people, because we have a big family here in New York, maybe more, from scratch. Never in a million days would you catch me doing that, child. But congratulations. People sleep on stovetop dressing. Yes, no, it does have. So if you use the right broth with it, you use some, onions and some vegetables. It's one of my favorites. So we doing stovetop stuffing, courtesy of Kim with the Gems. Homemade mashed potatoes, baked beans, honey baked ham. Well, I don't eat ham, but when I used to, that was the ham I ate. And that was the ham my mama used to love. Listen, she probably had membership and discount points and all of that for honey baked ham, but that sounds good, Allison. I can imagine extraterrestrial. I can imagine that some of these consulates may be prioritizing the people in danger of being deported over U.S. citizens. That's something we may want to take into consideration. So I did say, I don't recommend people coming to the New York office. If you live in New York, give it a try. But I do not recommend people trying to come to the New York office just because of what you just said. We have a large population of people who are in danger of being deported. And so even when I went to get my residency, that's that's their consulate that they are handling. And it in the resource guide that I put up today for Mexican residency, it tells you exactly what the role of a consulate is. It's not just to give us, foreigners visas and passports. So I mean visas and approved residency. So yeah, I agree with you. In some instances, they probably are. And so they're probably understaffed to be able to manage all of that. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I talked about that in another video. But yeah, you have to know that. That's why I want you guys to do it now, because once those orders are implemented, it's not going to get better and things are going to slow down. Gen X question, Raleigh, Mexican consulate info. Me and my wife got our temporary visas in September at Raleigh. We have a video on our channel, Gen X Quench, describing the details of the process. Wonderful. Thank you for that that resource. I will check it out myself. But again, recently I've seen in the community groups I'm in that people are not being approved after meeting all of the qualifications, and they believe that it has to do with that office specifically, only that office. Being, a little bias against Black people. Yes, the link should be for the NordVPN. Let me just make sure. I usually keep it in I try to keep everything, all the resources. Let me just see what's content live. Let me see. Nord. Yes. So it's at the bottom where it says you need a VPN for the most accurate news and information globally. NordVPN is currently offering a 74% discount. It's right above the 300 Things Manifestation Journal. It's at the bottom. So that link should be working. Check it out. If it's not, check a video prior, because I keep it. I do keep it. What's a VP? Oh, VPN. It's a virtual private network. It helps to protect your safety while you're online. It helps. It hides your IP address basically, and it can place you in other places when you're really not there. A lot of companies use it to secure their information. So it's a virtual private network that you're really on versus using your own network. ChatGPT to answer your questions. I used it to answer a lot of my travel questions and make the calls I need to make. Kim don't have all the answers. This is my hitter right here. She's right, but I will say, if you don't have the paid version of ChatGPT, you may be looking at data from 2 years ago. So yes, just the asterisk on that. ChatGPT, while I do think it's a good resource, there are other ones that I think are a little better, but we'll save that for another conversation. Even like what's Microsoft? I can't remember. And then also even Gemini. So yeah, ChatGPT, if you don't have the paid version, you are definitely looking at not the most recent information. But thank you, Hitta. Sweet potatoes are different than 100%. Listen. I don't understand why people even want to have this argument. Like, they are not the same. It just really is not. And I'll eat pumpkin seeds, but don't give me no pumpkin pie, please. So what's my plan, sister? I don't know. Is this for me? Because I already set my plan. I got my residency. And so I have some business I have to do on this side of the world, with some, property and stuff like that. So just figuring out what we're doing with that. I have, we have, my parents had multiple properties in the Myrtle Beach area. And so just managing what's going to happen with those and the tenants and then some family things. So, yeah, but I will be back in Mexico next year. Sometime at the top of the year, I do have to go to Myrtle Beach in January to handle some business. And then I'm going to figure out what days, because I do want to go to Vietnam. Stephanie Perry is hosting a trip to Vietnam. The Exodus Summit is hosting a trip to Vietnam in February. I wanted to go there, but truth be told, I'm not loving the flights that they have available and the cost. And I just don't like to feel like I'm getting got when I'm purchasing a ticket. So the flights are really high right now. So if they drop, I will probably try to go to Vietnam for a couple weeks. But yeah, but Mexico is my home away from my second home. Thanks. I will definitely check out those resources. Oh, wonderful, Adria. I'm so glad to hear that. I hope they help you. Holiday plans are to use this free time to plan my trips to Bali and Europe, where they offer startup visas. Good, good, good. Yeah, we talked about Bali. I don't remember the video. We were talking about places to move, top places for us to move. And I went over Indonesia as one of those places. Yes, good for you. Hope everyone appreciates where they are and where they're going this holiday season. Yes. And I am going to, because Black Friday is, we're not meeting tomorrow. Black Friday is the next time we're meeting. If you are planning to overspend, or if you are planning to spend and buy someone a gift that does not have a passport and you can afford to pay for their passport, help them get a passport. That's their gift. You can get a card, cut out a picture of a passport, put it in there, and then walk them through the process and help and pay for it via a money order and write it out to the U.S. Department of State. Get their photo for them. If you were going to buy an expensive toy, and I say expensive, anything over $100, that's what I'm going to say. Try to shift, because a lot of people don't have passports because they don't have anybody to help them in that process, and they don't know what to do or where to start. Hey, Miss P. Happy pre-Thanksgiving, everyone. Yes, you too. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Hello, I'm Christine. This is my first time here. I'm for sure getting the heck out of Dodge. I've already purged. The only thing I have left are my clothes and my car, which is paid in full. God bless you, because I still need to purge. That's the thing. I've been purging for 2 years now, and it seems like I've only made a slight dent. So yeah, so I need to purge as well. But good for you. We all, welcome to the gemstones. You are now a gemstone, especially if you subscribe, you are a gemstone. So thanks for dropping that gem. And I look to see you on the other side of the border, wherever that is. For real. My motto is less is best. And that especially includes cooking. Listen. As the only girl, right? I have 2 brothers. So 3 men, 2 women growing up, or 3 males, 2 females. Every role and responsibility that my mom had got pushed on to me. My brothers took out the garbage, right? But doing dishes, cooking, all that, ironing clothes, all that good stuff. Child, if I never have to host a huge dinner again in my life, I will be just fine with that. No, you don't. You do not. I don't even think people check for that anymore. Most places, there may be one place. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody ask for that in a while. Stepped away for a bit, but thank you, Kim. I'll be watching and commenting as I get closer to leaving for Mexico in Jan. This will be my second time going. I have so far great experiences being there. Yes. Listen, people don't know because they watch, the propagandized news here and think it is a holy country, and it's not. Stepped away for a bit, but thank you, Kim. Oh, yeah, sorry. Grand Rising, hey, full circle. Same to you. I'm glad you're here as well. Welcome back. That's another gemstone. Oh, you got the VPN info. Good. And I will say this is like the best time of the year to take advantage of the prices. It's not expensive anyway, but they capitalize this time of the year because of Black Friday. And so that's why I'm really promoting it now. But I definitely think even if you don't get it for Black Friday before you leave the country, I also use it here to get real accurate news from other countries that we don't see here. Yeah, absolutely no pumpkin pie over here. I don't care how much cinnamon, nutmeg, spices you put in it, you could keep that. Don't need those calories. So Mexico closed its border to Americans. No, 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 no. So if you go back to the beginning, I'm gonna just go through the rest because we've already, listen, didn't I say we were not gonna be here 2 hours? How did that happen? I started this thing saying maybe 40 minutes today. Lord Jesus, have mercy. If you go back to where I started the presentation, you don't even have to watch the intro full circle. You've been here before. So you know I introduced myself. You know I set up what we're going to talk about. So when you see the screen pop up, fast forward to where you see me start presenting, I share exactly what the people are saying regarding entry. So some people are getting 40-day visa stamps instead of the standard 100-day visa stamps when they go as a tourist now. Some people can't get consulate appointments until January. There are other things that I discussed. You could catch that, the meaty part of what I discussed and see what we were talking about. So not overall, they have closed their borders, however, there will be changes coming up on who is going to be allowed entry into. There's going to be some reverse get out the country, not get out the country, reverse hard to enter the country moves that Mexico is going to make. I think you would love my sweet potato pumpkin pie. Okay, I'll just believe you. Again, not calories I need, but to each his own. That's what having options, right? It's all about having options. Actually, if you've done correctly, pumpkin pie tastes great, but you got your mouth fixed up for sweet potato pie, then pumpkin pie will disappoint you. I've been disappointed every time I've had pumpkin pie. And I've had it from real people in the South who cook. That cook everything else really good. So yeah, I'm okay on pumpkin pie. I love sweet potato pie, but not pumpkin. Yes, full circle. That is the overall consensus. Thank God I got my passport over the summer. It looks like 8 weeks to get. It took like 8 weeks to get in the mail. Yeah. So good. So again, before the changing of the guard happens, he's already announced who his pick is going to be to lead the U.S. State Department, which controls and regulates passport issuance to citizens. So, sorry about that. So, oh Lord, where am I? Okay. So definitely, if you don't have your passport now, start the process now. If you need to renew your passport, start that now. If your passport is invalid, if for any reason, defaced, destroyed, whatever, get it replaced now. If you have less than 2 pages in your passport book, free, get the extra pages, take care of that now. Just take care of everything now. Please, 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 because the delays, the budget cuts will ultimately impact processing. So please. Oh, sorry. My husband and I are getting my daughter's fiance her passport as a gift. Thank you. I thank you on behalf of your daughter and her fiance, because yeah, sometimes we just need to be, we just need to be the ones to do it. Especially, the male population, Black male population, which lags in having passports. Is there anything I need to talk to HR about as far as taking a career break? My current job is work from home, but not remote, and it's with the state, and it is a branch of Social Security Administration. Child, I wouldn't talk to Social Security Administration about nothing right now. There are going to be mass changes to that division of government, right? I don't know what the changes are going to be, but I know they're coming. So I can't really answer. I wouldn't even try to recommend what you should say to HR or not with that. But I will say just start planning a plan B, having a plan B. just in case things don't work out there, just in case you have to, you're affected. Can I bring 6 cats to Mexico? I have a home there and I want to go back to my family, but I don't want to leave my 6 rescues behind. I don't know what the you could bring cats. I don't know, or you going by yourself. I don't know what if there's a maximum amount allowed. But I know that's easily figure outable. Let me just see, because if I how many cats can I bring to Mexico? Let's just see what they say from the US. Oh, so nope, you can't. There's a limit. So you're permitted to import 2 pets, cats, dogs, or a cat and a dog into Mexico. This limit is per person. So if you are a couple, you can import up to 4 pets. If you have children, then so you're gonna have to come with peoples if you want to bring 6. It's okay, sis. You don't have to go back. I will go back and check. Oh, girl, I see you done talked about sweet potato pie the last time. I don't know what we check it. I want to drive and I think you want to drive into Mexico. Is that you can, if that's what you're talking about. We end up here a long time because we are a community and you are dropping straight knowledge and gems. Thank you, LaRonda. We are dropping, listen, y'all are answering each other's questions. Y'all are giving advice as well. And that is the vision that I have, because I know good and well, I don't have all the answers. I know what I'm a specialist in. I know what I know, but I know there's a lot of stuff I don't know, like the 6 cats question. I'll find the answer. I'm a solutions oriented person, solutions driven person, but we all are in this together. And that's what I love. I love, love, love about this community. Christine R., my mom passed away in 1988, but she was born in Panama. Will that make it easier for me to obtain residency there? So off the dome, I don't remember, but usually if you have a parent who is a citizen of another country, it absolutely eases the process. But I don't know off the dome. So I definitely have. That's why I put these resource guides together, because I can't remember. There's 198 countries. And I focus, so the massive resource guide that I'm putting together is going to have anywhere between 65 and 70 something, depending on the final 2025 information that I get. It's a lot for me to try to remember. So, but it should definitely, most countries make it easier if you have one parent and you could prove that they are a citizen of that country or were a citizen of that country. Facts, we need to watch and say nothing, move in silence. Well, not too much silence. Oh, you mean job wise? Yes. Not community building wise. Absolutely. I got fired because of my plans to move abroad. I said too much. 100%. That's why I said I wouldn't say. If it was me, and I always say that, if it was me, I do less talking, more listening, more observing. I wouldn't say much of anything about any future plans, especially in certain parts of career and employment. DEI, don't say a damn thing. Federal government agencies, don't say a damn thing. Just plan. Question: if you have VPN, will Social Security even know if you're in Mexico? Let me tell you something. VPN is good. VPN is not bulletproof, right? So, but you could collect Social Security in another country, I think. Yeah, I know people who are getting their Social Security checks. You can't get disability, but if you're getting Social Security, there's parameters. Like you just have to. There's certain things you have to do. So yeah, no, you won't talk to Social Security about your benefits now. They are very busy right now. They're being helpful because they know, yeah, Trump is coming. Oh, I thought she said she worked in HR. Is that what I was? Did I read that wrong? My current job is I work from home, but remote is a work the state and is a branch. Yeah, it's a branch of Social Security Administration. So that you're talking about the career. Yeah. Go back to check what you said about Mexico. See, that's the thing about delays with me catching up. Full circle. Senegal requires no visa to go, and depend on your connections. You can definitely get citizenship within a year. Citizenship within a year, or residency? Um, you may be right though. Especially if you have relatives. Oh, if you have relatives, yeah, no, absolutely. So if you, again, similar to the Panamanian question, yeah, absolutely. So if you have relatives, if you could prove that your grandfather, if you are lineage from, and I mentioned that yesterday, certain countries or certain tribes, then you could definitely speed up and expedite that process in West Africa. Um, yes, LOL. Ciao. Oh, moving in silence. That was the last thing we talked about. Yes. At Full Circle, thanks for the Senegal information. Yes, thank you. I told you the gem droppers be dropping gems. I mean, the gemstones be dropping gems too. Thank you so much. Question. I'm talking about the lady who has a job with the Social Security Administration. Oh, you're talking with the VPN. Yeah, no, no, they will know. They will know. I'd never recommend, if you are not supposed to be out of the country working, don't think a VPN is going to protect you. The way these, if you know about countries like Palantir and these these spy places or spy companies, if they want to get you, they'll get you, and you don't want to risk your income thinking a VPN is going to protect you. For standard reasons, yes, but if you got money attached to you using a VPN that you could possibly use, I don't recommend it. I want to start my move abroad journey in San Miguel de but want to end up retiring in Panama. We'll see. I've never been outside of the US and I'm scared as hell, but more scared to stay. And you know the beauty of this, once you leave, you'll be like, what the heck was I scared? The one regret you'll have is that you didn't do it sooner, that you didn't look into it sooner. So yeah, no, I definitely feel you on that. That's the most common comment that I receive, even with the clients that I have. So, but you got this. You can collect your Social Security in another country. I just talked to them today. Best to call at 7:40 a.m. Eastern Standard because so many people trying to get out of here. And once, let me tell you, when this new changing of the guards happens, most of these federal branches are going to be gutted financially. So, and they're all going to have, most of them will have a new head person in charge that is loyal to that fraction. Yes, within a year or sooner with relatives, it will go sooner. Yeah. Okay, well, that's good to know about Senegal. I have one of my college roommates, but she's married and he's West African, but she's there now and thriving. Truth, 100%. Can't tell employers, neighbors, future plans moving. Nope. If you saw some of the comments that I went over yesterday that I get in my inbox, child, they don't want us to win. They over here spying. They over here putting up spicy comments like that's gonna stop us. That's gonna stop me, from coming on here live. So, yeah, don't keep. I'm sorry. I was referring to me going back to check what you said about Mexico earlier. I didn't communicate that well in text. Okay, that's fine. No, definitely check it out. Lots of great information. It's 2 hours and 19 minutes. I still got to find macaroni. What else I got to get? Butter. Macaroni, but I don't have to get much. The stuff that everybody's looking for, so I need to go get it before I have to go to 10 stores to find it. So, but this was great. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Tomorrow we are off. I'm wishing all of you guys a happy Thanksgiving. While you are in here, please hit that like if you haven't already. Like I said, it's less for me and it's more to get the word out to the people. If YouTube sees that I've been on here for 2 hours plus and nobody's liking the video, then they're not going to push out the video to people like you. So please hit the like button right now. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, always come to the comment. Well, listen, with these, are we at, let me see what number we at now with subscribers. I don't know how I'm going to manage these comments moving forward, but hopefully, let's see. So yeah, we are currently, and I say we because this is all us, we are 48 people shy of 8,000 subscribers. Lord. God is showing out. He is showing out. He is showing out. So yeah, so please share this with someone that you think can use. I'm going to go through the rest of the comments too, but please share this with someone who you think this may help pique their interest, get them started. Please share this information. Check out all of the resources in the comment section. There are 4 on the Etsy website that I created just for this movement, just simply because, like I said, I have clients that I consult and they get this, they get some of these resources as part of their consultations. But I also know not everyone can afford a consultation and not everybody really needs a consultation at this point. They may just be in the beginning stages, super beginning stages. So these resource guides were put together for them. It would be unfair for me to just put it out for free when other people are paying consultation prices, consultative pricing. Consultation prices for these documents, and I'm giving them out, for free. So again, if you need any resources, they're available. I'm going to try to find a way so that the real gemstones that are serious about this move, that I can spot you quicker. We can build more community. But again, maybe by next week, I will have that figured out. Maybe not. I'm being silent. I'm trying to get more direction on the best way for that to happen, because there's, people that are still at the very beginning. There's people that's more advanced in their move abroad process. So I'm going to try to figure out how I can be more of service to both, but effectively. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get through the rest of these. And I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm just going to highlight Mexico, Senegal. Yes. If you have relatives there, what's that? Yes. Full circle. Thanks for the Senegal information. Lady has that. Okay, we got that. I want to start. Yeah, we got that. Yes, we got that. Yes, within the year. So, yep, we got that. True. Yep, we got that. I think that was the last one. Nope, that might have been the last one. Okay. Wow, Senegal. Neknatu. So that's some type of, I probably didn't say that right, but okay. Girl, bye. In this already. I know. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to get through these comments because there will come a time that I won't be able to do this. So I'm going to take advantage of the beautiful, intimate community that we have right now and make sure I answer everything, because like I said, there will be a time where it will be impossible. Get your mac and cheese. Grown folks waiting for their food. No, they're not waiting yet, but I'm not making the mac and cheese. I'm getting the cheese. I'm getting the macaroni and the butter for the person who is making the mac and cheese, but I'll find it. Thank you so much. I paid my lifetime. Thank you. I appreciate it. You will be rewarded. Thank you. How many cheese do you use? Happy Thanksgiving. Like I said, I'm not making the mac and cheese, but it's probably like when I normally make mac and cheese, depending on the size of it, minimum like 3 blocks, and I still use Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel is what my mama used, what I like, but I mix like the extra sharp, the mild. So 3 to 4 blocks for a standard, 9 by 12, whatever that pan size is. Thanks, Gemstones and Gem Mama. Much appreciated. Thank you, Patricia. This was a good, since we have tomorrow off, then, I'm glad we were able to get this done. Thank you so much, Kim. Happy Thanksgiving, Kim, and everyone. Kim, how do I message you if I need your help? So, I think my email, if you go to my about page, let me just make sure. I think I have my email there. Let me check. I have to go to my channel, and then I go to more. Yeah, if you go to my right next to where my profile picture is, and then where it says Kim with the Gems is a seasoned investor who world travel, blah blah blah. You click more. If you scroll down, you'll see my email, and you can email me that way. But just let me know if your name on your email is different from your name that I see on YouTube. Just let me know your YouTube name so I'll know who's emailing me. But that's the best way. Okay, let me just get through these last few, and then we gotta come in hitting the like button. Thank you. So yes, absolutely. And I always forget to say it, because for me, like I said, I don't even show, like I don't even have that feature turned on where you can see how many likes. I don't think any of you can see how many likes, because to me that's vanity. But as long as and there's also a science behind showing that, especially when you're talking about issues related to Black people. So if people don't see that there's 800 likes, these trolls won't be inclined to dislike. And even the dislike is engagement. But I say all that to say it's metrics. I mean, it's vanity, and I don't see it, but YouTube needs to feel it, basically. They need to know in order to ship this out. I mean, yeah. Thank you, Anita. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Allison, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I'm tingling because I feel like God led me to your channel. This move literally just felt real. Christina, listen, y'all have almost made me cry too many times. And I used to always be one of those people that, I see people crying on YouTube. Now, sometimes I'd be like, okay, that's authentic. But sometimes I'm like, y'all doing this to get some real emotion. Do they have a Cash App on their page? Like, why are you doing this? But I understand now, because these comments right here, oh my gosh, I get chills just thinking about how this is such a divine mission and movement. The Stay Ready movement is truly orchestrated by God. And so when I hear comments like that, I know it's divine. So thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I'm going. I think these are the last two. These are thank you, full circle. Okay, happy Thanksgiving, Cynthia. It was so good seeing all of you the day before Thanksgiving. We'll be back on Friday. The time will be posted tomorrow. See you on Friday for the live. If not, I'll see you Saturday, because we're back every day, starting again on Friday. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Take care. Okay, Casper, you're the last one. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye.